Hey everybody, it's a strange weather day in the hole. We've got some sun, we've got snow in town, and for late October, the lowest and the most amount of snow I've ever seen, and we've got a herd of buffalo to try to run through today. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get through here. We've got cars up here taking photos, but let's see if we can kind of get through. Still kind of in my warm-up. Wasn't expecting a buffalo jam up here. They're on the road. Not sure if I want to try to get past them, even with being they're on both sides of the road. And they're already starting to look at me, so I'm just going to slow down and see what these cars are doing up here. These are wild buffalo, part of the Yellowstone Kelly herd, and they kind of migrate throughout the valley based on time of year. I'm kind of surprised that they're here because it's kind of windy on this side of the butte, but yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get through. We'll see. We got cars coming through. I was hoping to be able to get on maybe one side of the car, but we got buffalo on both sides. Let me see what this car is doing up here. I'm gonna run a little bit and see what kind of action I get. Yeah, I think I'm gonna turn around. We'll get my intervals down here. All right. Nice to be turned around by wildlife. Can you imagine being one of the first settlers in the valley and coming across thousands and thousands of buffalo? So I decided to find some dirt road for my intervals today, and again, wasn't expecting the buffalo to be a problem, but I'm just going to turn around. I've got 4 by 5 minute intervals at threshold wattage. That's on the docket for today, but kind of want to talk about training the brain and how it's always kind of a good way to train the body physically for races, but I think there's a good way to train the mind as well. And I always kind of look at the type of words my athletes use, how they word their emails, how they write in their log after each workout. It tells me a lot. And I've got 3 coaching points for you today of some of the things that I look to help train my athlete's brain. Train the brain, what I call have an elite mindset, is that we all can have an elite ability, the elite ability that we were born with. We can certainly train it to our best of our ability. And I think we can really, however, train our mind to have an elite mindset. And a lot of times having an elite mindset can really supersede a lot of maybe some of the abilities that we weren't born with, and overcome those weaknesses that again are kind of what are ingrained in us from our DNA, that we can certainly train, but maybe just not take us to that elite level from just kind of how we would imagine an elite athlete being. But we can train our mindset, I feel, to have an elite mindset. And 3 points today. 1, got some sun coming out. But anyways, 1 would be having great attention to detail. Is a lot of times I'll specifically schedule a very detailed workout, almost over the top detailed, to force my athletes to be in the moment, to really focus on all the details. And this again keeps them to be in the moment and helps them to focus on what they're doing at any given time during the workout. And that's really important, again, for not have them think too far ahead. But I also look at their logs and how detailed are they in the descriptions of their journaling. Do they embrace details? How focused are they on all the details, all the things they need to do throughout the day to be the athlete they choose to be based on their goals? So having great attention to detail all the time helps us to be focused. Second one is being anxious to perform. You know, as all of us get nervous, whether it's nervous before a workout or nervous before a race, is that with an elite mindset, we can change this nervousness into anxiousness. I want to be anxious to perform. I want to be anxious to see how well I can do in a workout. Today, I'm really excited about how well can I perform on my 5-minute intervals. And so having an elite mindset takes that positive spin of being nervous or anxious and getting excited about that, and to see how well you can do and not be worried about how well you're going to do. There's a very, very subtle difference there, is focusing too much on the outcome versus getting excited and seeing how close to perfection you can get. You know, so try that out. Be anxious to perform. See how well you can do. You're not always going to nail it, but get excited about seeing how close you can get to perfection. So again, be anxious. Be excited about doing something. See it as something that you want to do, which leads me into the last one, is adversity. We all have adversity, whether it's life, training, racing. Adversity is always going to come up. And an elite mindset is going to see that adversity. We're all going to get frustrated by that adversity, and that's normal. Getting frustrated through adversity is normal and a normal response, but there's two ways to respond to that. We can be frustrated and have it spiral to a negative, where, hey, maybe we abandon our goal, or we can take a positive spin on that adversity and see it as motivation. And I see many athletes with an elite mindset, they get motivated by adversity, and that frustration turns into, hey, I want to get better. This is my opportunity to get better, rather than, oh, I'm now frustrated. This is hard for me, and I'm going to abandon it. It's like too hard. This is not what I meant to do today. Or more importantly, I see this a lot of times when big goals, adversity comes in big goals. We think, oh, it shouldn't be this hard. The adversity shouldn't be this way. I get frustrated, and then I abandon that goal because, it's not the right goal. Okay? So you can either abandon your goal or embrace adversity and turn it into motivation, and see how good you can be that day on that training event or that race. So again, adversity is your opportunity to be the person you want to be the athlete you want to be. All right, I'm on my warm down, and I thought I would give it one more try. Checking out the buffalo. There's no cars, so I was gonna see if I could get through. Wanted to extend my warm down. Not sure it's gonna happen, but you can get a good look of the herd. The Kelly herd. Got some close by the road here. Got some nice sunshine in the background. More herd over here. Oh, we might get one crossing the road. This is cool. He's gonna pose for you guys. Here he goes. Nice. Crossing the road. Big boys. And some are following. All right. I'm gonna let them be. Anyways, I wanted to recap. So I just got finished with my 4 by 5 minute intervals. We talked about having focus, about being aware about the words you use, and being anxious and excited about performing to see how well you could do rather than focusing on the outcome. And the great thing about this is that if we focus on those two things, if we stay in the moment and focus on details and being anxious and excited to perform and to see how well you're going to be, what happens is it diminishes adversity. Is that you're actually being proactive in mitigating adverse effects. So again, adversity will take place, but if we focus on details, being aware, being excited, being positive, we can really mitigate a lot of adverse effects. All right, back to my cool down. I'm out of here. Thanks for listening.